It makes my heart sing to see my CryptoQ media channel back online. The cryptocurrency market has had a thrilling and dramatic day, especially for XRP holders. You might have noticed the headline this morning: XRP hits new 2024 high amid Gensler resignation rumors. This rumor has just lately appeared, and I'll explain why. Personally, I don't think the Trump administration will be surprised by it. I think we have just witnessed the first tangible proof of the long-standing custom that dictates the head of the SEC must leave with the change of administration. It just so happens that the SEC isn't the one bringing out the latest lawsuit. The SEC is facing a lawsuit from 18 states that have banded together. The title was written by Fox Business correspondent Eleanor Terry. A total of 18 nations. The SEC's unapproved management of digital assets warrants legal action. On top of that, Reuters ran a false story stating that Trump would reassume the role of former SEC Chief Jay Clayton. I give thanks to God. That was completely false. There is a lot to take in, however I did bring up XRP briefly. My price is now at an all-time high. Quickly, I will bring up price since all of these factors that holders would find interesting are happening at once. So, XRP is worth around 82 cents. Today, it was nearly 85 cents. What makes it more interesting is that it occurred today. Nobody will have figured it out by the time you've finished watching. This surge has happened even though Bitcoin has been showing indications of weakening. Approximately 87,80,000 is what I'm estimating at the moment. Look at these leaps, though. XRP's price has increased by over 47.5% in the last week, 16.7% in the last day, and approximately 17% in the past month. To put it plainly, XRP is still going strong. Is Gary Gensler to blame? In my opinion, were the ones about gently hinting at his departure heard by you. That doesn't add up in my book. Along with the rest of the cryptocurrency market, XRP's price has soared since the announcement of the upcoming administration transition. People commonly ascribe these causes to news items, price changes, and current events. Because of XRP's recent behavior, I am dubious and will not invest in it. That being said, many chart experts had anticipated this as a potential breaking point. Nevertheless, the reverse ended up being true. Now that Gensler appears to be admitting he is going to go, everyone is talking about how excited they are. This is the main point of the crypto briefing. According to the headline, Gary Gensler implied his retirement as chair of the SEC in a statement he released. Please examine this. Gary Gensler, chair of the SEC, hinted at a potential resignation in his remarks at the 56th Annual Institute on Securities Regulation. Among the many topics discussed in Gensler's lengthy lecture earlier today were disclosure rules, corporate governance, the SEC, and the capital markets. As he wrapped up his talk, he made a passing reference to the money queue, suggesting that he would be leaving soon. It has been an honor to collaborate with them in our shared goal of safeguarding American citizens and maintaining the preeminence of the United States financial markets. It reads as though he had a purpose in mind when he chose those particular words. Unless something very exceptional happens, he intends to step down. In that case, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump tried to fire him. Since everyone is aware that this would still take a very long time, I highly doubt he will go down the road that entails a huge lawsuit, the kind that may reach the Supreme Court. However, if he is adamant on continuing down that path, then it is acceptable to remove him from it. That should not happen, in my opinion. Maintain order and cleanliness. Even though he hasn't confirmed anything, I still find that explanation plausible. Now, there are many who think that once news like this breaks, the price of XRP will do this or that. I am just not convinced. The thing is, I just don't believe it to be true. Furthermore, it is worth mentioning that the majority of his speech was focused on providing an explanation for his behavior. The topic has been covered in an article published by Telegraph. SEC chair reaffirms crypto stance in response to likely departure of Trump. I think it would be appropriate to share this comment from Gensler with you. Most crypto assets have yet to demonstrate any utility beyond speculation or illicit uses, and investors have lost a substantial amount of money in this field throughout the years. Enforcing regulatory compliance has been our utmost concern. The quotation finishes. There it is. His position on cryptocurrencies is crystal clear. He dislikes it, believes it's pointless, and attacks it like a hammer. Just consider the results of this approach during the dot-com boom and bust. Everyone thought it was hilarious that if your business name ended in a .com, people would assume it was a good method to grab their money, which led to a lot of successful firms failing. Should such businesses have been penalized so harshly by the government for their market strategy? Absolute nonsense. Not at all. Gary Gensler is the SEC dictator and Kim Jong-un's supreme leader, but I say it for a reason. From a legal standpoint, he is not authorized to do that. Things will become clear shortly that he lacks the power to carry out many of his actions as chair here. There is purpose to the timing of this lawsuit. This piece of his speech is included here along with the explanation he gave for it. Consequently, this is a snippet that Nate Garacki provided. Give me a second, and I'll read you. President Nate Garacki is in charge of the ETF shop. This passage from Gary Gensler's speech makes it appear like he is solely in favor of cryptocurrency. You may view it here. Before I even got to the SEC, they had already asked for the removal or disapproval of a bunch of files including Bitcoin products and ETFs. Shortly after I arrived in 2021, the first Bitcoin futures ETF went live. We first followed our predecessor's lead with respect to exchange-traded funds ETFs that hold real Bitcoin and spoke with SEC employees. The Commission has authorized ETFs for Bitcoin and Ether physical assets this year. As a result, compared to crypto asset markets that do not comply, investors in these products have benefited from more competition, lower prices, and disclosure control. At long last, that concludes the matter. Look who's playing ball. Your cryptocurrency, that magical web money, has been certified for ETF status. Our job is done for you. No, this is not it. Was it brought up by him? This was obviously not required before the SEC's loss in a case against Grayscale, rather, it came after the fact. They clearly did not want to admit that they had that privilege. Without you, no one would have seen my video. Please subscribe to my channel, it would mean a lot to me. In the meantime, goodbye.